Well, Justice Leahy, the framers were incredibly wise men, and if we always remember that, we'll do pretty well, because part of their wisdom was that they wrote a constitution for the ages. And this was very much in their mind. This was part of their consciousness. You know, even that phrase that I quoted yesterday from the preamble of the Constitution, I said the Constitution was to secure blessings of liberty. I didn't quote the next part of that phrase. It said blessings of liberty for themselves and their posterity. So they were looking towards the future. They were looking generations and generations and generations ahead, and knowing that they were writing a constitution for all that period of time, and that life and that circumstances and that the world would change, just as it had changed in their own lives very dramatically. So they knew all about change. And they wrote a constitution, I think, that has all kinds of provisions in it. So there are some that are very specific provisions. It just says what you're supposed to do and how things are supposed to work. So it says to be a senator, you have to be 30 years old. And that just means you have to be 30 years old. And it doesn't matter if people mature earlier. It doesn't matter if people's lifespans changed. You just have to be 30 years old, because that's what they wrote, and that's what they meant, and that's what we should do. But there are a range of other kinds of provisions in the Constitution of a much more general kind. And those provisions were meant to be interpreted over time, to be applied to new situations and new factual contexts.